describe that. That was just absolutely spectacular.
Hi, everybody. I'm Tim Donnelly, voice of the Charlotte Rush. I'm in the coach's office here at the Extreme Ice Center following a big weekend of Charlotte Rush Premier hockey. It is Sunday, February the 11th. The Charlotte Rush Premier closed out their regular season and closed it out very impressively with 2 wins over the Atlanta Junior Knights. And we're going to talk about all the highlights and also look at the playoffs upcoming too with the head coach of the Charlotte Rush Premier, and that is Trevor Jewell. And Trevor, let's talk about Saturday's game. Wow, big 11-1 win. Our new buzzword in the broadcast booth and on the broadcast is that the Charlotte Rush offense does not know where the off switch is. They had 11 goals yesterday and really didn't stop. Nick Izagari, 4 points. Kyle Moore had 4 points. A lot of guys chipped in. It was a big effort.
Yeah, I thought it was a great performance by especially those two, and you know, from the top to the bottom. I mean, everybody chipped in and did what they needed to do. I think we had a goal from every line. I think, and you know, it's a testament to our depth and what we're able to do day in and day out with the players we have and how they bought in and have really, you know, flourished within the system. And yeah, I love that we don't have an off switch, but at the same time, there's still a lot of things we have that we need to figure out defensively. I mean, we can score at will when we want to and when we're playing and moving our feet and moving pucks and doing the things we do best. But at the end of the day, I mean, you know, I thought we started a little flat. We weren't really, it took us a little while to get going, which I don't think we can afford going forward, especially with playoffs coming up. You know, it took us a minute to get going, and once we did, it started coming in fast and furious. But you know, at the end of the day, we got to have better starts.
And Drew Benedict got the win and goal. He continues to play well for the Rush. He's gotten some starts here of late and has made the most of those.
Yeah, Drew's been phenomenal as of late. I mean, that one goal he had against him last night, I mean, it deflected off a defenseman's skates, and obviously he wants that one back, and that's a tough one to get because it's a redirect, and I don't think he really, at the end of the day, deserved that goal against, but he's been playing phenomenally well as of late, and couldn't be happier with where he's at in his development and things he's been able to do, especially with a guy that is searching for a college commitment, and we're trying to get him to go to a pretty decent school, and I think he's earned that with the way he's played lately, and I think he's really flourished in being able to get that ice time, and he's understanding what it takes to be a Rush player, and he's you know, succeeding doing that, so we're very happy with the way he's playing right now.
Well, today was a different story. It wasn't an 11-1 win for the Rush. They did win in sudden death overtime, 4-3. But Trevor, much different today. But not an 11-1 win, which you might have preferred, but still got down 2-0, but came back, tied the game, then went ahead. They tied it up, but you got the winning goal. So just talk about all those emotions of today, and especially the difference between yesterday and today.
You know, obviously today I thought we started flat. We couldn't finish. We were shooting pucks high and over the net, which is not usually our game plan. Never really is our game plan ever. So, you know, I think we got away from what we did best. I think, you know, kudos to Atlanta. They played very well. They trapped us. They did the things they needed to do to be successful, and it worked. We didn't identify guys in the D zone. I think we left net front wide open a lot. Guys weren't identifying, picking up sticks and moving bodies, which didn't allow Rodriguez to come out and make the saves and be aggressive. We were a little passive. I don't think we back-checked enough. We didn't attack pucks, and we didn't get the pins we needed in the D zone. So lots of stuff to work on there. But at the end of the day, you know, we got the lead, and then we had a D zone lapse there for about 10 seconds, and they finished with, you know, 30 some odd seconds left in the game. And you know, that's just it's unacceptable. You can't get scored on under 5 minutes, especially with defensive zone lapses. You know, we got to be prepared for that going forward. I think at the end of the day, as much as I want to win 11-1 every day, we needed that. We needed a little bit of a scare. Our guys needed to understand that we can win in close games and in tight games like that. But at the end of the day, we can't afford games like that. We got to make sure we're prepared, ready to go, and really moving our feet and things like that to win hockey games. And I don't think we did that today.
I was excited as a broadcaster to lopsided wins, and again, I was thinking about, you know, probably it was different for the coaches, but you brought up a good point, though. I think there's a silver lining in it. Some good things can happen out of this close game for us.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I said, we needed something like that to show that we can win close and tight games, and I think our guys stepped up in overtime there, and with Tyler Barrow scoring that goal, it was a phenomenal play by Justin Gary to get that puck to him. But you know, again, it's one of those things where we want to win in regulation. We need to win in regulation, especially going into playoffs. We don't want to go into a 5-on-5 overtime because then, you know, that everyone's passive, nobody wants to attack, things like that, and you just wait for something to happen. But you know, today the pucks just weren't bouncing our way. I thought their goalie played well, their team played well, and they took us to the brink, and that's a team that they fight over there. I mean, they work for it. They worked for everything they got today and managed to get us to overtime. Our guys, it's on them. They didn't perform to the best of their abilities, but they still got the win, so we're proud of that in that aspect. But, we got some work to do going forward, so that's, like you said, there's a silver lining to it.
Oh, a lot of guys we could compliment today for the Charlotte Rush Premier, but one guy I would like to compliment right now that had a big game last night, but also had 2 goals today, was Kyle Moore. He looked very determined out. Like, I can only imagine on the bench he's thinking, I am going to get us back into this game. I'm going to get us the lead, and he did.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's one of those guys that has really been playing well as of late. I don't know if it's a mental thing or whatever, but we're really enjoying watching him play and do the things he does. If we can just get him to stay out of the box and stop running his mouth, he'd be even better. But he's putting the puck in the net, and that's what he does best. And when he's doing that, he's having fun and he's being a good person. And we're very proud with what he's been able to do as of late. And putting the puck in the net is a big thing for him. Sometimes he makes it look easy. And at the end of the day, I wish I could do that sometimes. But he's a great hockey player. And he's really coming into his own, and he's buying in. He's ready to go, and he's excited for playoffs. And he's a force to be reckoned with right now with the way he's playing. So we're very happy with where he's at.
Yeah, a lot of guys for the Rush I wouldn't want to play against, but certainly number 53 for the Rush for Premier, Kyle Moore, is one of them. We're talking with Trevor Jewell, head coach of the Charlotte Rush Premier, following 2 big wins for the Charlotte Rush Premier Club over Atlanta this weekend. And same question I asked you, Trevor, about Elite. 40 wins for the Charlotte Rush Premier. Again, I know you knew this team was good, but still to get 40 wins in 44 games is really incredible. I know you have to be happy for all the guys and all the coaches.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's kudos to the players. It's on them. They did the performing on the ice. They bought in and they went with the systems that we teach them and we instill in the culture. And I think that speaks to what those guys are able to do within the culture and within the system. And it's a lot of long hours, blood, sweat, and tears for them with the way they work day in and day out in the gym, on the ice, off the ice, everything. And becoming part of the Rush family. And I think they did a very good job of that. We did our part in giving them the tools they needed to succeed, and a lot of hours for us as a staff in this office trying to get things figured out, with lineups and everything else like that, video and all the things that go unspoken. And they were the ones that were able to go out and on the ice and perform for 44 games and do the things they did. And even the losses we did have, they were tight and things like that. So very proud of those guys, and they should take pride in what they did and what they were able to accomplish on the ice. And a regular season championship for them, divisional championship for them, that's huge. But now the real season starts for them as well.
Absolutely. Trevor, you've told us in the past the Rush has a week off before the playoffs begin, and your personal preference is you'd rather not have that week off. So tell us about that aspect of things, and also how the schedule will be in these next 12 days as we get set for the playoffs on February 23rd and 24th.
Well, obviously, I'm not a big fan of having a weekend off just because of the fact that it allows guys to kind of as usual. We'll do something together as an organization this weekend as a team and have a little bit of fun there and just kind of unwind a little bit, but we want to do it together so that guys don't get too sidetracked and things like that. And we all want to understand what the next goal is, and that's winning a championship. And I think it's going to take a group effort for that. I mean, that's going to take all 50 guys in the organization, the entire staff, everybody involved, and it's going to be a lot of fun doing it, but we still have a lot of work to do.
Trevor, congratulations to you on a great season. Also, your assistant coaches, John Keating, John Turner, Ryan, great 40-win season. And now we get set for the playoffs. So we're going to talk to you several days before the first playoff game with just a complete playoff preview video. We'll be doing that early the following week. But thanks again for the time, and congratulations on a great regular season.
Thanks a lot, Tim.
All right, Trevor Jewell, head coach of the Charlotte Rush Premier, visiting with us here post-game following the Rush's 2 wins over Atlanta on this Sunday, February 11th. Don't forget, playoffs are coming up February 23rd and 24th. You can go to the Charlotte Rush website in order to get complete information about who we're going to play and the exact times. Thanks to Andrew Scholar running our camera from the Carolina School of Broadcasting. And I'm Tim Donnelly. Thanks so much for watching.